Pedestrians, bicyclists, and motorcycle riders are considered vulnerable users on our roads. These individuals, along with drivers, share a responsibility in preventing crashes and fatalities on our roadways. Each year, there are many fatalities among these vulnerable users. The leading causes of these crashes and deaths on our roads are failure to yield, failure to stay in the proper lane, and speed. The most common contributing factor in bicycle-related crashes is a driver making a right turn and not yielding the right-of-way. When driving, you should remember to do a head check and look over your shoulder to ensure you're not missing something in your blind spot. The most common contributing factor in a vehicle collision with a motorcycle is a turning maneuver. This can include drivers turning in front of a motorcycle or a motorcycle rider turning in front of a vehicle. Not accurately judging speed is often a cause in these types of crashes. Drivers need to approach corners and intersections with caution. Expect to see a pedestrian wanting to cross the street. Even if a pedestrian doesn't have the right-of-way, drivers must stop for pedestrians. A main cause of pedestrian injuries and fatalities is not being seen. When you're driving and see that another car has stopped in a travel lane, you should not pass that car until you can see that they are not stopped for a pedestrian. Crosswalks serve an important purpose for pedestrian safety by increasing visibility for both pedestrians and drivers. Crosswalks exist at every intersection, whether or not they are painted. At a ladder or school crosswalk, or when there is a crossing guard at a crosswalk, a driver must wait for everyone to completely cross the road before they can proceed. At all other crosswalks, cars may proceed through the intersection if the pedestrian is not on the vehicle's half of the road. If the intersection has a traffic signal and the light is green, you may only proceed through the intersection if there is not a pedestrian on the vehicle's half of the road. Bicycling is an increasingly popular activity in our state. It is a law in Utah that bicyclists are to ride in the same direction of travel as vehicles. This often requires both vehicles and bicycles to share the road. Whether the bicyclist is in a bike lane or not, Utah law states that drivers must give 3 feet of space when passing a bicyclist. Motorists may cross the center line or the center two-way left turn lane to pass a bicycle if it can be done safely. In addition to bicyclists and drivers sharing the road, the number of licensed motorcyclists has doubled in Utah over the last 15 years. With more motorcyclists sharing the road with vehicles, it's important to watch for motorcycles because they are small and can be difficult to see. Motorcycles may take the full travel lane. It's illegal for motorcyclists to use a bike lane. When following a motorcyclist, allow for a minimum 4-second following distance or more in wet conditions, or you may not have enough time or space to avoid a crash. And before changing lanes or turning left, always look to the front and sides and check your mirrors and blind spots for motorcycles. For the safety of motorcyclists, it's legal for riders to filter through traffic to the front of the lane at an intersection, only on roads with a speed limit of 45 miles per hour or less that have 2 or more lanes in the same direction. Motorcyclists must travel 15 miles per hour or less when filtering through traffic, and vehicles must be stopped. Lane filtering is not legal on the freeway or freeway on-ramps, but it is legal on freeway off-ramps. Drivers, it's the law to look out for pedestrians, bicyclists, and motorcyclists, and prioritize the safety of everyone on the road. Check your blind spots, be cautious passing through intersections, use your turn signal when turning or changing lanes, and stop completely at stop signs and red lights. By taking these steps and watching out for each other, we can help ensure that everyone arrives at their destination safely. You finished the final section. The exam is next. Good luck.